Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now, I did another test on my base, and it highlighted a few problems which I've now fixed. So I'm now ready to do another test. The problems that it highlighted were I hadn't finished building the rails going into the utility science build, so it wasn't delivering items to there. I hadn't put in the output train on the utility science build, so it wasn't taking anything away. We didn't have any recycling set up for low density structures, so I've now put in another little recycling center for that, so that's fixed. I didn't have enough iron smelting, so I've now fixed that. I've changed the layout on these mines to use the new speed mining setup. So with the mining productivity that we now have, we only need 7 point something drills to fill a belt. So I've got these as being 8 drills per belt, so I can get lots and lots of belts off each mine, off each ore patch. So I've basically got 2 ore patches here into effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smelting arrays with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations attached to them. So I now have, I think, so 5, 6, 7, and then there's another one up there. So I've got 8 smelting arrays for iron. I think I've got 6 for copper. So we'll see how well that works. I put in another depot, this diagonal depot that I was working on a few episodes ago. I've changed the stations to be to just have the train limit, because I found that sometimes the train was queuing up to go into a station that already had a train on it. So that's why those are blue, because they've got the train limit set, and there's a train. There's a train sort of up to that limit on the station. All these trains down here are fluid trains now. So this whole little this half of this depot is just for fluid trains, and then all the other trains and all the other depots are just normal cargo trains. What else did I do? I took out this little plastic thing. I had something set up here. I still had some plastic in the in the station here, and I'd set that to be like a higher priority so that it would come and clear that up first. But because I didn't have the stackers and whatever, the trains were still queuing up round here and causing tailbacks. So I had some issues where I'd put the incorrect rails in and rails out on a couple of stations. So hopefully that's been fixed. And I also had a few belts going the wrong way in a couple of the builds. When I tweaked some of the builds to take out some spare belts, I put some of the builds, belts in, underground belts in, pointed the wrong way. So that has now been fixed. I had a comment about instead of having the output here to the right, and I could just output onto from the bottom of the assembler, and it should go onto the other side of the belt. So I've done that in the first column, and we'll see if it still works. And if it does, I'll change the rest to match. But other than that, I think we're ready to sort of turn it on and get it going. Oh, and the other thing that I had to do was I've set up a second stone mine smelting into bricks over there, because there wasn't enough bricks coming in just off this first mine over here. And the other thing that was wrong was that when I'd put the trains in here and built this depot, I hadn't actually set the schedule on the train or made them automatic, so they were just sitting there doing nothing. So what we'll do is we'll start turning things on. Yes, the other thing I need to do is, let's just go over here and set my go into editor mode and just set my inserter to my infinity loader to swallow everything up. And that's the only kind of cheaty thing that I'm going to do, is just so that when we deliver all the science to the stations over here, they'll actually do something. So we have some stations, because if I have everything turned on all at once, then that's what causes tailbacks. Oh, another thing that was wrong that I needed to fix was that down here, when I built this mine and this new copper smelters down here, there was a tiny little patch of water still left over there, and it missed out a couple of rails. So this station wasn't working because there was no path to it. So we have new trains loading that up. Let's have a look at that still needs 20,000, so that should be fine. I don't think that will send any more trains, because it waits till it's got sort of 32,000. So we'll turn that one on now. Three trains to that one. In fact, let's just try turning two of them on, because I should have plenty of trains now and plenty of... It's got 1, 2, 3 trains going to it now. Plenty of trains available. Plenty of source materials available. So we'll just wait for that to load up. We will also turn that one on. That one on. That one on. We have some plastic already. So these should now be working, and there should be some low density structures coming out. So that looks like it's working quite well. Let's go down to chemical science, turn those stations on. So that's already full from a previous what was I looking at? So I don't need to click on it, just hover over 460,000 chemical science in there already. Right, production science on. That one might not be sending any trains because there's enough stone in there already. It's interesting. What's that cleaning up? Steel, okay. We have... Yeah, they're all on automatic mode, so lots of trains kind of wandering around the base at the moment. Fair bit of activity going on. it takes a little while for the stations to just get sort of filled up, and obviously for everything to back up. So we're now producing, we're only producing purple science on half of the build because I haven't turned on the stations on the other half yet. So was there an issue where something wasn't working because some of the belts weren't pointing far enough? But everything here, yeah, I think it just takes time to sort of build up the backlog of items. So hopefully these output belts should be kind of just as full as each other, really. Not seeing any warning messages about no trains available or anything else. We've only had one steel train go to the cleaning station. So that's now just short of 20,000, 15,000. So that should basically not request any more green circuits for a little while. That's still short of 47. So we're now in a state where we can start turning on the stations on the other side of the build. No station supplying plastic bar. Okay, so have we started? Right, it might be that the plastic build, which is leave me tags back on over there. Right, it might be I'm not turned on the oil station there, so these aren't making any plastic because they haven't got any oil. Yeah. Let's just go back to game speed 1. So we're still running at 60 frames per second, or updates per second rather. We're running 15 gigawatts. We're running off the batteries at the moment, but the solar panels are coming back in because it's getting lighter. So at the moment we still have enough power to see us through the night. Now I should have more than one oil setup going, so right, and then there's another train heading out, so hopefully I should have another. Right, there's a train there, so that's picking up oil from there. Yeah. That loads up really quickly and out it goes. And it should just go straight in there and drop the oil off. Um, that's heading back to the depot, so I don't know. If it's supplying, I don't know if it's supplying oil quickly enough. This lot is producing plastic because it's coming from this oil supply down here. Ah, right, now that's interesting. Oh no, that's okay, yeah. That's where the yeah, this is starting to, well, I'd say it's starting to build up, but it's right, so it looks like I need to get more trains or more oil fields or something going on. Okay. Now then, what else is right? So red and greens look like they're working. Green circuits is all working. I had a lot of problem with green circuits in the previous test, but that's because I didn't have anywhere near enough iron coming in. Blue circuits is full and doing nothing. That's because the only place blue circuits is used is in utility science. Let's have a little look at that. That is not doing anything. Have I not got round to turning that one on yet? I might not have done. Train out of fuel. Let's go and fix that one first. Which train is this? That has still got... oh, it was on solid fuel. Right, okay. Okay, so that's in manual mode. Let me just... in there as well, set it back into automatic. Yeah, it's because I changed the I turned off this solid fuel thing over here, so it wasn't getting any more. I turned those off, didn't I? Right, okay. I'll do a I'll get a bot to come across or something and just put some rocket fuel into that. Ooh. Okay. That's annoying. Ooh, get in. Train. Manual. Drive it backwards for a bit. Get out. Put it back in automatic mode. Try not to get run over. Okay, so I need to bear that one in mind as well. We're generally not getting what he says without really looking, but it doesn't look like we're getting that many, you know, the traffic jams seems to have sorted itself out. Everything, all the trains there are going forwards and backwards for the steel. Production science is getting made everywhere, so it looks like we've got enough raw materials coming in for all that. Okay, let's turn all these on and see what happens. Did we have something that was still wrong on here that I've not fixed yet? No, we're still waiting for iron to come in there, I think. Yes, that was wrong. We now have some engines being made. Which train was that? Sulfuric acid, okay. We now have some flying robot frames coming off the line. Come on, that way, come down. We don't have any low density structures because I think there might be something to do with the let's have a look at, where was it? I think there was something to do with the threshold limit or something on the station being wrong, because it only stacks to, the train only holds 3,200 instead of 32,000 or something. Ah, no path. Right. Ah, this is because, yeah, that I still hadn't fixed. Right. cables out. There it goes. Now then, that's the one. Yeah, so my 5 times speed has now gone down to 2 times speed because the game is so busy. Let's see. Oh, no station supplying copper ore. Okay. Right, we now have low density structures on the line there. We have utility science being made. Those look like they're still coming out onto the same side of the line. That's feeding out, going upwards. That one is definitely outputting, but they're still going on to the same side of the line, so I don't think that change does actually benefit me. So that outputs onto the right hand side of the belt, but from that other way, you'd think it would output to the right hand side of the belt, to the other side, if it was outputting in the opposite direction, but however, the utility science is getting made. We now have 6,000. Now, is there something on down here that I still haven't fixed, or is it just that the items haven't worked their way up to the top of the list yet? That low density structure line coming in, I was expecting that to be a little bit more Right, yes. Better. Right, so I need to make a note. Things to fix. LDS output. Main at utility science. What else did I have to just fix? Oh yeah, iron input into pipe here at utility science. Because that underground was pointing the wrong way. Yeah, that's still got time to unload because it's not through the 2 minutes yet. There it goes. So I mean, it's still outputting onto the belt. It's not getting backed up. So I don't think that the fact that these are now outputting onto the same side of the belt as the other side, as the other half of the factories, isn't a problem, because this half of the belt isn't full. So that these factories output less than half a red belt. So the fact that they're all outputting onto the same side doesn't make a difference. It doesn't actually make anything back up. Cleaning up some green circuits, okay. I'll have to work out on production. Right click this button. Right. So we are producing 5,300 production. We're not producing so many of the others, but I'm just wondering whether that is because the output stations are full. Let's have a look where we're going here. Let's just see if these are... It might be that I'm not requesting, that I've not turned on these stations yet. That's a possibility. And I don't think I have. So let's request some of that, and some of that, and some of that. So we weren't producing that many because they were just the factories had backed up basically. Nothing was being sent out on the trains. And away it goes. I might still have to set up cleaning stations for the other sciences. Although if I've got the because this is just going from one pickup station to one drop-off station, I might have these as just normal trains and just have a refueling train coming in here. A little refueling stop here and a refueling stop on the other side. Or I'll have all the sciences instead of having them as being opposite sides of the same octagon. I'll have them as the same side, so I can just have a refueling train and then one set of bots coming in there. Right, no am I now starting to run out of... There's lots of sulfur trains in the depot there, but all these other trains, all these other depots are empty, so I need more trains. Okay. Now when I built this depot, the diagonal depot here, I didn't fill every single line with a train, so I might just be able to put more trains on the same depot. Now that was interesting. That's a little... Right, that's... okay. These are still the Mark 1 version of the railway lines. So I might change that to... let's have a look, where are we going? I'll have that to output on this side instead of at the bottom, so that we've got fewer trains in the way. Just go into there and back that up. Yeah, again, it's because that output station is too close to this junction here. So I'll change it so that it's outputting onto this line over here. Now, we've got plenty of trains now waiting back in the depots, so that little problem, well, I'll say that these are all fluid trains, but there's still some normal cargo trains waiting there, so no station supplying copper ore. No train found in depot. So yeah, I do need a few more trains. I do need, even with all the 6 or 7 copper smelters that I've got, I still need more. It seems to be that there's plenty of iron available when I need it. There's no train, no train, no train. Yes, okay. That is an iron train. Okay, it's being cleaned. So we've got 4 trains there waiting to pick up green circuits. Wow. I might need to. I thought I might need a second green circuit factory. But you know, if these are still 160,000 in there, and there's 55,000 on the train. It all depends sort of how frequently. There's no more trains sort of queuing up there, so these chests here should now start to fill up a little bit. So we've got 162,000 in there now, out of quite a lot actually. I think these stack to 200, so this should hold like nearly 500,000 or something. But there's copper. That's iron for greens. $180,000 in there, 183,000 in there, 188. Well, but yeah, oh, bit of a traffic jam there now. Why is that one not able to go anywhere? Yeah, lots of traffic jams around here now. Okay. So this problem still hasn't been resolved. That train is now trying to go over to there. But the train does repath. The traffic jam does clear itself out a little bit. The traffic jam has cleared itself out. Okay. So that goes into the annoying but not the end of the world situation. Yeah, we definitely need more oil coming in. I wonder if part of the problem is that, so I've got an oil field there, that is leading directly into these bottom three things, so that is still, 3 of those are still producing plastic at a fairly decent rate. But the rest of it, that one isn't getting any oil at all. But these at the top are only being fed from that crude oil mine and this one down here, I think. But that is completely... So why are we not sending more trains to pick up the oil from here? Is it to do with the network number? See, that now does have a train, and that train is going to go to oil for plastics drop off, but why is it taking so long to send a train to it? Yeah, I thought these trains would be going forwards and backwards to these oil fields a lot more frequently. Let's just follow this train and see. It goes in there. It empties out really quickly. Although, you know, there are... But there's currently no trains with that stop. Don't understand that. So no. Minus 350,000. There's nothing in these first set of tanks, so why? I mean, it is requesting something, but Yeah, minus 350 because that empties out again. Does it wait for that train to go all the way back to the station? No, it's got another one. Now it requests another one. So as soon as one drops off, it does request another one. But I think that one now goes down to that bottom right one. It's only requesting from one train at a time. Say that to 4. Is it because that is set to just be LTN oil for plastics drop off? So let's see if I can do this from oil. So should that be minus? $400,000. Oh, now we've got that situation again. Right, okay. I need to fix that station first before I do anything else. Okay, I think that'll do for that test. I've got a few little things I need to fix. I need to set up more oil drilling, fix that input and output there on the oil and the coal. Right, I'll leave it there. I've got a few things to fix. But yeah, I was expecting there to be a lot more oil trains on the go at any one time. Alright, I will leave it there for now. I will come back to it maybe sort of later on or tomorrow. And I will say for now, see you next time.